So I've been pretty vocal about my theory on this case, which has angered some people who seem to always respond telling me I can't be saying that if I don't have evidence. They don't seem to realize we don't have evidence for much. If we did, we would be a lot further in this case than anybody is. It's been 15 years of nothing. So no matter what theory you hold, you don't have much evidence. You just have clues towards it. So I don't know what to say to that, but one theory that seems to keep coming up when people disagree with me is the tandem driver. When I post it on Reddit, a lot of people respond, oh, this guy must not be aware of the tandem driver theory. So let's take a look at that, and you tell me how exactly this is possible. As far as I know, maybe someone else thought of it before, but this theory goes back to James Renner, who wrote a book on this and believes that Maura is still out there, has spent 15 years never being seen, heard from, getting a hit on her social security number. He has a lot of reasons why he thinks she might have left, but he believes she's out there, and he believes in the tandem driver. One of his theories is that a red truck was seen on Bradley Hill Road, parked over there. So here's the problem with that theory. She crashes at 7:25. Faith Westman hears it and looks out. Does not see another car, does not see a red truck following with her, okay? So that alone right there, first off, should tell you that she wasn't driving with somebody right, close to her at least. Because if you were driving with somebody and they spun out, crashed hard enough for them to crack the windshield and for things in the car to move around broke, that's a pretty big crash. Plus Faith Westman heard it. So instead of stopping and running over from the red truck to see if she's okay, they just keep on driving and pull onto Bradley Hill Road. Why would they do that? But at 7:27, Faith Westman is on the phone with the police, and she has been looking out at the accident this time. So from 7:25 to 7:27, we now have 2 minutes since her crash. No one from the other vehicle, the red truck, has ran over to check on her. That's weird. By 7:29, Butch Atwood shows up. 7:29 or 7:30. Still, nobody else is there at the scene. So what is this truck doing? Is this theory suggesting that the red truck, who they believe could belong to her sister and her boyfriend, because they have a picture or a video in front of a red truck a couple days afterwards? So we're to believe that she crashed, big bang, and they just kept on driving, turned onto Bradley Hill Road, and just sat there and waited like, I'm sure she's fine. She'll come running over here eventually. What kind of sense does that theory make? So, no, there was no red truck following with her. And they wouldn't have been behind her and just keep on driving by her either, because, again, you would stop and get out. You're okay? There are people that keep looking at the scene, seeing her, and there's nobody there. After Butch leaves, she's fumbling around, grabbing things from her car, still by herself. Then she disappears. And Faith Westman has said no other cars came by. So that alone proves that there's nobody following behind her either, because no other cars came. But let's say Faith Westman missed a car. Let's look at that real quick. She crashes at 7:25, and as we said, by the time Butch leaves, which is sometime between 7:30 and 7:32, nobody is there yet. So that would mean the tandem driver is at 5 to 7 minutes behind her. Now, we know there's no cell phone signal anywhere in that area, so she couldn't have called someone and said, hey, I'm over by, that area, Couldn't have happened because she can't call anybody. So that would mean she's driving this huge long distance, and whoever's driving with her, they don't stay together when they know they're going through an area where they can't contact each other. When you're driving with someone, don't you stay close where you can see each other? That's what I always do when I follow behind somebody. I mean, it's possible. We both know our way, so it's just I'll see you when I get there. But the problem with that is between all the times she's seen and grabbing things from the car and everything, there's such a small window from the time she could have got picked up. So, sorry, I lost my train of thought. There's such a small window between the time that this car could have came, and it's been reported that no car did come by Faith Westman. So, I mean, what is this tandem driver theory? Do you believe they were driving with her and just left her when she crashed? Or do you believe they came 7-8 minutes later and picked her up and somehow just happened along her, luckily? I don't even understand how this theory could gain any traction. It really doesn't make sense. And I want to say I have no issues with James Renner. I just disagree with him. I actually have talked to him quite a bit years ago when someone from the Facebook group was leading me on and giving me all these fake theories. Excuse me. I was talking to Renner and feeding him the information while he was working on his book, and it ended up being nothing, which is some crazy guy. So I have no issue with James. I get along with him very well, at least via email. I've never met him in person, but I absolutely think that theory is wrong. All right, guys, thanks. Again, please like and subscribe to help get the word out. Thank you.